So here I've put a wooden post into the ground, just a bush pole, and I've hit it in with a bush mallet, and I've twitched this strut to the wooden pole with this twitching stick, and it's held in place with a rubber band down here. And above that you see this yellow cord. That is a tie down, a safety tie down that holds the flue pipe downwards and pulls it down onto this post, so that if the wind blows and the tent lifts, then the flue pipe won't come off from the stove, because it's a lot of trouble to put it back when it's at 300 degrees. This is the fuel tube retaining ring, put in place but not used yet, and these 4 hangers, I've put them in place to form the under stove wood rack. And around the stove, I've done it outside because it's a bit messy, but this is a little bag of ash, and I scoop a bit of that onto the end of this little shovel and put it in like so, and tap it down a bit to make it nice and dense, and that stops the accidental leakage of air through the stove lid. So the next operation is to put a couple of small sticks into the bottom of the stove. I find this helps the stove get going nicely and quickly form a bed of coals for the combustion of the gases that come off in the burner. So, and I use these white fire starters for the initial start of the burn. A couple of little pieces like that is good enough. They go in there near the primary airport opening. And then I put the burner glass in place, but I don't connect the fuel tube. Now, just before I do the starting of the fire, I'll put the wood rack together. These are just split bush sticks. You can make them whatever size you like, but this size I find is quite suitable, and if they hang out any more, they're a bit of a trouble in the tent for getting caught on clothing. But I also consider them to be an early warning system, because if you accidentally touch this part of the stove, you get fair warning from the sound that it makes that you're in a danger zone, so you can be protected from burning your sleeping bag or clothing. These sticks cross over in these big loops in a fairly ugly sort of way, which gives them quite a bit of grip on the wood, so that they largely stay in place, but it's not a disaster if it falls down. Just put it back again. Put these cross sticks across for a bit more support. And I found that some heavy duty cooking foil makes quite a good shelf to keep smaller pieces of wood from falling through the rack, and that also reflects heat from the bottom of the stove back into the wood where you want it, and not onto the ground or the snow when you're camping in snow. And then I take my wettish wood. This is fresh sticks picked up from the paddock, so they're pretty moist. But putting them underneath the stove will give them a very good chance to dry out and be ready for good burning. Now, with my philosophy of running a small tent stove, the absolutely most important thing is to get your wood split and ready to go. So as soon as your precious pieces of dry fuel that you carry with you are ready to burn, then this is ready to dry, so you don't get caught short without any dry fuel.